I don't think anybody is going to miss out, but I think you're not going to be enabling anyone. You're not going to be enabling your downstream consumers, especially agents, to utilize those capabilities in your platform. I'd say especially for developer tools who are primarily around servicing developers, I guess. I would say maybe, yeah, you would miss out. A good example I would actually give is GitHub, and obviously GitHub is like on the forefront of so much of this with their Microsoft partnership and building Copilot and a lot of this. They were very early to build an MCP server for GitHub, but ultimately, like if you go and look at the code of this thing, it has a bunch of tools, but it just basically proxies to the GitHub API. And I think that's an excellent example of how they're servicing their developers who, again, are like probably using Cursor or Copilot or any of these things that implement an MCP client. Then I can just be in Cursor and say like, okay, look at the issue in this repo, and it can go and use GitHub's APIs using that MCP server to actually pull in that context. Or like, go and open the pull request based on these code changes you made. It can actually do that, pushing the code up and then actually opening the pull request on GitHub. And yet, looking at that, you can sort of start to see and understand like the new types of developer flows that are really, I think, are kind of becoming the de facto way that people are building software today. It's at least becoming an extremely popular way. And I think that is sort of the cutting edge. And I think very quickly followed by that are going to be basically the rest of the industry, and then other technology industries, and then other industries that utilize APIs as core parts of their business. So I'd say if you're building for developers today, yeah, you should get on MCP pretty quickly. If you're building for technology tomorrow, I think that it would behoove you to not do this today because you'd be on the cutting edge. And then that'll be quickly followed by, I think, the rest of industry that uses APIs.